Good morning, afternoon, or evening to the CSAE. Thank you very much for this opportunity for the Canadian Finance and Leasing Association, or CFLA, to submit an application for the Association Center of Excellence Award. This year, we're proposing our 2022 Annual National Conference Sponsor Kit, where we communicated value and streamlined processes to help make sponsorship easier for members to access and get the most out of their dollar. Better way to say it, return on investment. I am Scott Long, the Manager of Membership and Communications, and my boss and I, Michael Rota, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Association, are submitting this presentation for your consideration. In short, our 2022 Annual National Conference Sponsor Kit provided members with new accessible opportunities and communicated a concise return on investment from an outdated and quite vague sponsorship form. This new kit yielded record-breaking revenue for the CFLA, a 216% increase in sponsorship alone. This kit was long-awaited and certainly delivered the value our members needed to sponsor and for them to see how they can expand their brand within our industry. So, what was the need for this project? Well, simply put, our members wanted to get more involved. They wanted more sponsorship opportunities to market to this niche field, and they wanted return on investment. For example, they wanted to know exactly what their dollars were getting for. Historically, we used a basic checkbox style form, which was a bit confusing because all it simply said was, for example, sponsor the registration desk, or, for example, sponsor the opening reception. It never truly communicated what members would properly receive and how they would reach their target audiences. In addition, we wasted a lot of staff time manually preparing and administering sponsorship opportunities, contacting members, emailing members, trying to offer ROI in a very kind of nuanced or informal way. This is why we decided we really needed to rein in our sponsorship and provide a simple, singular kit that gave members exactly what they needed to make this important decision. And finally, COVID-19, of course, with the shutdowns and working from home, presented the CFLA with an opportunity to reset and imagine how we interact with our members. So we implemented a new customer relationship management system, or CRM, a new website, and finally, this sponsorship process to align with our new, much higher standards than in the past. What was our previous attempts? Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, we had a very basic 1 to 2 page sponsorship form listing opportunities. The form merely showed the name of the opportunity and never explained what it actually entailed, the specific values members would receive, or additional values like digital marketing. We also held virtual meetings and phone calls with prior sponsors or emails to members at the start of the conference to try to generate leads or to go back to people we know who've sponsored in the past. Of course, we also use social media posts to market our sponsorship opportunities. And a couple of years ago, we moved away from our checkbox form, a more or less middle version to show low-level ROI, but never capturing the full essence of what you actually get out of a sponsorship. This middle form or version, so to speak, was also still a la carte. There were no bundles. There was no way to actually bring all your sponsorship opportunities together into a singular package. So what was our process? After looking at what we did that didn't work, or what we looked at our need, we decided we needed to revamp our entire sponsorship program. So step one, we reviewed how we offered sponsorship opportunities. And like I shared with you, it was quite simple. Second, we decided to retain a consultant, Hellmeyer to be specific, to review all our sponsor pricing and offer strategies to communicate value. In addition to that review, we asked Hellmeyer to help us understand what stakeholders really want out of sponsorship. So we conducted additional research with all our outside stakeholders to understand what a prospective sponsor would want. What are they looking for when they are sponsoring an opportunity? At that point, we identified new value propositions by understanding our increased digital reach from new technology and using analytics to support that return on investment. For example, On LinkedIn, we have extremely high engagement rates, around 9 to 10%. This is something that was never communicated to prospective sponsors before, so they never understood that our social media, we have high engagement and reach to their niche audience. In addition to that, and as another example, we also have email marketing going to thousands of engaged users within the industry specifically. Sponsors have access to those individuals and can directly reach their market through a trusted source, the CFLA. Next, we decided to, like I mentioned earlier, bring everything together. So we amalgamated all of our opportunities for the conference, created new descriptions which outlined exactly what a sponsor would get, and we baked in all of the ROI options, including the couple of digital metrics I mentioned a moment ago. Next, we created an implementation strategy where first, we gave first right of refusal to previous sponsors. We worked with them to bring it through. And then next, we worked with the membership at large, offered a large webinar for members to attend and get general information, and also shared this large sponsor kit with them to review at their leisure. We then eliminated our legacy sponsorship form, of course, replacing it with the new one, which offers way more detail and way more information concisely. And finally, as I mentioned a moment ago as well, we did organize webinars and additional meetings with prospective sponsors to quote unquote sell what this new opportunity or what these new opportunities can offer members within this space. So what was the investment behind the new sponsorship kit? Well, with the CFLA, we are very fortunate to not only have an effective team, but a small team, 5 people maximum. So in terms of this project, we took our 3 key people who work in this stuff daily. Michael Rota, our president and CEO, who was the project lead. Stephanie Godino, she's our events and professional development manager. And myself, Scott Long, the manager of membership and communications. We spent over 60 hours building out this kit, including research time and including time with our consultant. We spread this over 2 months. Financially, we only invested $7,000 in this entire project, where we saw a huge ROI for ourselves. So what went well for us in this project? Most importantly, our members were able to understand what it means to sponsor the conference and why it's important and what value they will get out of that, whether it means reaching new audiences with brand recognition, whether it means new leads and generation of sales, whether it means simply expanding their network. The Canadian asset-based finance and leasing industry is small and niche, which is why this program and the CFLA is a vital conduit for those seeking to target these people, or these professionals, I should say, and also achieve their own business and marketing goals. We are very pleased with how this program and this kit helped our members understand. But what went wrong? Simply put, we weren't prepared for the high uptake. We had to dedicate additional staff time and resources to prepare sponsorship agreements or additional information they required. It was more than we originally anticipated. However, on the flip side of that coin, it was because this yielded record-breaking results and an increase in overall individual sponsors. So with that in mind, next time, we of course will automate our sponsor signups through our website forms and payment portals to save staff time from emails and phone calls, simply trying to process administrative matters. We also learned how important the first mover is, meaning the first person to sign up. In this case, we got a title sponsor, started marketing the title sponsor, and at that point, many more sponsors came in and took advantage of the new sponsor kit. For our benefits and outcomes, we recorded a 216% in sponsorship revenue, a brand new record for the CFLA and any other event in its entire history, which at this point is 50 years now. We saw a 280% increase in individual sponsors. We also were able to provide improved and transparent return on investment to our sponsors with market intelligence, like who the audience was, who engaged with what messages resonated that they can use. For the next steps, CFLA members can take advantage of the kit by downloading or requesting a copy of it, meeting with CFLA staff, selecting the opportunity they like, And then finally, receiving that increased intelligence and reach and scope of their sponsorship with the CFLA. Thank you very much for the time today and the opportunity to submit this presentation for consideration.